Was he? I don't know what race he was.
I bow to your will. I will be done. I gladly obey.
Let's go front ways.
The dead stand ready. My life for Nezul must be. Where shall my blood be spilled? More gold.
Hello, Burial. What's going on? 1, 2. You can't do that. You could do that. You've got a block there.
I wish only to serve.
So altar. 1, 2, 3. Let's go with that. Altar, Sig, 2 more relics. Chop that tree as well, just to be safe. I think you could go 2 more relics there, then Sig and altar, and still be okay.
Summoning is complete.
Damn. Hang in there, fella. Hang in there.
Where shall my blood be spilled?
That's where I was struggling, is you can't get this gap.
I wish only.
You got to build like that. How do you get the gap?
Where shall
1,
my
2,
blood be
3.
spilled? Summon, I wish only to serve.
Remind me, Blue Butterfly, to take a look at that replay afterwards, after this game. Currently on lunch break at work. Boring day of work. Feels bad, man. The biggest thing I got to worry about is those sneezes. Or a headache. You can't, new rule in YouTube, you can't announce your Twitch in YouTube. Alright, can you announce that? Could you link that to me, please?
Yes.
I don't doubt it, actually. I'm surprised. I think there's almost algorithms that sort of like negatively affect you if you do actually mention Twitch or anything like that in your YouTube channels or anything like that. It makes it harder for people to find you. The bot sort of like treats you badly. Ah, game. There we go.
For the legend. Summoning is complete. My patience has ended. Proceed. I am darkness. You call. More gold is required. You call. Make your choice. Yeah. Proceed. Let the killing begin. I am yours. Who do you want to kill? You call. As you order. What you want? As you order.
I think I denied myself a little bit.
My feet are under attack. At last. You call. Do you want an axe? I am darkness. Who do you want to kill? For the Lich King. I wish only to serve. My vengeance is yours. What you want? At last.
I thought I had the wrong mode on.
Yeah. Do you want an axe?
I await. You may feel the sting.
My patience has ended. I am easy to that. My patience has ended. My vengeance is yours. Do you want axe? You call. I am darkness. What you want? My vengeance is yours. You call. My vengeance is yours. You call. Do you want axe? Vengeance is yours.
Your choice.
What you want?
I await.
Summoning is complete.
You rang.
For the Lich King. You call.
Proceed.
I am My vengeance is yours. I am the darkness. My patience has ended. Be vengeance is yours. Yeah. My patience has ended. My vengeance you want to do.
I couldn't spot anything of what this guy's up to.
Our forces are under attack. You call me to that. My vengeance is yours. Ride or die. At last. I am what you was. Dewaniwanga. Yeah.
Can I help you?
My patience has ended. I said, who do you want to kill?
So he's gone and done the middle creep.
Who do you want to kill? My vengeance is your choice. At last. My patience has ended. You want to I am darkness. Your choice. You call. Yeah. For the Lich King. My vengeance is yours. At last. As you upgrade. What you want. For the Lich King. Our forces are under attack. Call me back. Let me want to destroy. Yeah. What my summon has ended.
That's not very useful, that aura.
Darkness. Vengeance is yours. Our once has ended.
I laugh in the face of danger!
You want axe? I do it.
What?
We demand additional lumber. We demand additional lumber.
Are you threatening me?
More gold is required.
I await.
My vengeance.
Oh man, why are they always like 2 minutes away from the base? I don't get it.
Proceed. Your choice done is done.
What?
Is complete. You call. For the Lich King.
Are you threatening me?
My vengeance is
What?
yours. My patience has ended.
I was wondering if he had web or not. I didn't want to put my Death Knight in there just in case he did have it. I've always had this problem where whenever I attack the enemy, they are literally 2 seconds away from their base. Every time. Doesn't matter how big the map is, they're 2 seconds away from it. It always happens. I don't know how they manage it.
Proceed. The time is now. I await you. Your choice.
What you want? Be free. Who do you want to kill? My what you want? Yeah. I am darkness.
This looks like GG, to be honest.
My patience has ended. At last. You call. My vengeance is yours. As you will. My patience has ended. For the Lich King.
You
At last.
proceed. Your choice.
Yeah. My patience has ended. As you will.
The boys are back in town.
For the Lich King. Ride or die.
That's right.
Your choice.
You call. Vengeance is yours. soon.
Make your choice. You right.
My vengeance is yours.
Make your choice.
My patience has ended. I cannot surrender. I
Proceed.
The statue did a magical dance. My suspicions are really high, as usual. Nothing changes. But that statue had like 1 health, and it managed to avoid the fiend, even though it couldn't see the fiend. Things like that, plus the being 2 seconds away from the base every single time we have an engagement, always sort of, you know, increases the suspicious meter going on. And I want to know when he started researching web.
You call.
I await.
My patience has ended. You call. My vengeance is yours. Let battle join. Summoning is complete.
Proceed. Proceed.
My vengeance summoning is complete.
What's done is done.
Darkness.
More gold is required.
You call.
Yes, master.
My patience has ended. As you order.
Proceed. What's done is done. Make your choice.
Can't really go anywhere now. All paths are blocked, basically. But yeah, this is definitely already first game. 100% check replay on this one.
Has ended.
Your choice.
100% replay checker.
My patience has ended. Yeah.
Make your choice.
You call. At last.
I await.
For the Lich King.
So let's have a look. If I move this way,
Your choice.
has he got a shade? Or is he already trying to engage my units moving? Like stuff like that, for example. If he has a shade, fair enough.
Research complete.
If he doesn't, then that's just 2 on the money.
Call.
I haven't seen any skeleton scouts from this guy the whole game.
You're under attack.
But he's always chasing me. Always knowing where I am. Always 2 seconds away from wherever it is I'm going to be. Stuff like that is just... we get into really dodgy territory.
My patience has ended. As you order.
Make your choice. I await.
Feel my wrath. Ride or die.
Make your choice. Proceed. I await. Binary.
See, he went straight for the statue there. Did he know the statue was still AFK sitting there?
You call. My patience has ended.
I'll tell you what, if it turns out that this guy is a map hacker, I won't play any more 1 versus 1 today. We'll just do something else. Because I'm tired of fighting versus hackers every single game. It's just not fun. It's like, oh, you knew exactly what I was doing the whole time. Oh, that was fun. Good fun game. Good fun, clean game.
My patience has ended. My vengeance is yours.
Okay, let's go to the east-hand side. Not much left to do at this point.
Evil survives.
Ah, here we go. Why?
As you order. You call.
Bug-eye fiend.
For the Lich King.
Alright, so you're 100% there, which means you're 100% not anywhere else.
As you order. Yeah.
I'm just pinned the entire game, and I can't seem to go anywhere.
Research complete.
My patience has ended. You call.
Alright, time for Dust to see if he has a shade on me. He does not. Let's go to the east-hand side. See if he goes straight to my base after I leave it.
My vengeance is yours to command. My patience has ended.
Proceed.
For the Lich King.
What's done is
My
done.
vengeance is yours. Yours to
Yeah.
I laugh in the face of danger. Full speed ahead. Woo! Are you threatening me?
Research complete.
Got it.
So he's almost definitely going for expansion, I would think, at this point.
Got it. Full speed ahead.
Oh look, he's 2 seconds away from his base again. That was convenient.
For the Lich King. You call.
Literally 2 seconds away from his base.
I am darkness.
Why are they always 2 seconds away from their base?
Vengeance is yours. You call to command. I am darkness.
Make your choice.
You call. My patience has ended. I am darkness. My vengeance is yours. At last. I am sworn. For the Lich King. My patience has ended. I am darkness.
Are you threatening me? Full speed ahead.
You call.
Got it.
Vengeance is yours. Yeah.
He's got such a stupidly large army.
For the Lich King.
Okay, 100% replay checker. Let's have a look and see just how good this guy's game sense is. I don't know if he scattered once the entire game. Picks up Pendant of Energy. That's a crazy good drop.
Summoning is complete. Upgrade complete.
Let's just give you a little clue. Look at the minimap. That's the minimap from my perspective. 2 skeletons. And look how much of it is revealed. This is the minimap from his perspective. The only places he's actually revealed are the places where he actually went with his Death Knight. No skeletons or anything like that. It almost looked like he actually tried to dodge that skeleton for a second.
Our forces are under attack. Summoning is complete.
I want to see when it is he starts researching web as well. Considering he actually hasn't actually seen any units that I've built.
Our forces are under attack.
I didn't actually leave that tome behind. I actually picked that tome up. That's just a bug in the gameplay. In the replay. Okay. So I'm over here. He's got Fiend. He still hasn't seen my units or my army or anything once. He hasn't even scouted once. 0 scouts. Daytime. Zeppelin's picked up. He's heading back to base. He's not tier 3 yet. He's researching web. Thank you and good night. Thank you and good night. Told you. Told you. Can't even play a single game. I'm sure someone out there is going to say, oh, it's normal to research web when you haven't seen any units from your opponent whatsoever. You might argue because it's daytime and a Zeppelin might come. But that's incredibly circumstantial considering this guy has done no scouting at all. Did I research web? No, I did not. What I was actually going to do was build a gargoyle to maybe defend versus this. So he's already heading back to base. He's done 0 scouting and he's already researching web. It doesn't look very realistic, does it? It's already heading to the back of his base. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, yeah. Nice. Here we go. Right place, right time, my friend. Right place, right time. Look at you. Literally just here as I do this. You could have been over here creeping this. Could have been here creeping this. Good timing. Of course, web is researched. I tried to get away with the Zeppelin, but I'll leave the Death Knight last because I can always TP if he does get the... I can't TP whilst I'm inside of the Zeppelin. Okay, this guy's scouting capabilities are really strong. Again, I'm having a look as well with the Shadow Troll Priest. Looking at the gold mines. This guy is showing 0 instinct. Why is he changing his mind? I've pulled that. Did you see that? He was going to do this and then he's kind of changed his mind. He's not interested in doing this. Coming over for this. Good catch. No scouting, but good catch. He failed his coil. So at least I get the experience. The game's not necessarily over for me at this point, but like I say, when you're fighting first as a hacker, it's so hard to... Like, those elements of surprise, 240 gold, 60 wood and the Zeppelin and stuff like that, it doesn't pay off. It's a shame I don't have all the corruption myself, I could definitely kill those fiends a lot easier. I like how... Can you believe this? This is just... I think this is also another indicator as to why this guy hacks. Is who in their right mind, on a competitive level in 1 versus 1, goes 10 minutes into a 1 versus 1 game and still hasn't even looked at the base, hasn't even gone to the shop to reveal. He literally has no information. Only someone with like super negative stats that's never played the game before would probably do that. The reason why I say competitive Ember is because he has positive stats, so he's clearly trying hard and he's on a higher level. You don't go that far into the game. Or maybe he's just lucky and a noob. Totally possible. But you have to look at all the coincidences that occur during the gameplay for that to be a realistic circumstance. If he gets like multiple creepjacks, researches web without any scouting. Now this is another interesting thing. He doesn't have vision of the fiend. He doesn't know where that fiend is going. I'm sending that fiend to the right. Now he's coming up round there. Ah, that's what he did with it. It goes off that way. I wondered where it went. Okay, so I'm over here. Let's go for illusions.
Summoning is complete. Summoning is complete.
Yeah. He was already moving up to see and attack the statue that he couldn't see at the time. That's another clue. That's another clue. Is if you notice what he's trying to target, he had no vision of the statue. But he was already moving up to get into position with his lich to get the first hit on the statue. He wasn't caring about the fiend, he wanted the statue, which was the more vulnerable target. And that was outside of his sight before he was moving up in position for it.
Summoning is complete. Research complete.
He wasn't a very good player. Like, he'd make stupid mistakes like that all the time. I'm amazed I still stood a chance, but I think in the end it was just a case of he definitely just felt like he had more and he had the triple hero. I should have gone into second hero and third hero earlier, but the whole... I mean, I would have been in a more better position for that, but it just never happened for me. Because I knew what was going on. Is anything I do is getting countered, and it was too late. Gold costs into seconds and stuff like that is just too heavy. That was harsh. That as well. Why did he ignore the fiend? Come down for the statue and then... What was that? And then he's going back up to see if he can catch the fiend. So he wasn't actually going down here for any purpose, for a shop or anything. Huh. That's interesting. I need to replay back to 14 minutes.
Summoning is complete. Summoning is upgraded. Summoning is complete.
Our power is under attack.
Stand ready.
Research complete.
Summoning is complete.
The amount of creatjacks this guy got are astounding for someone that has no scouting ever. I must have used at least 8 to 10 skeletons. Alright, this is it. He has no information that I have this statue over here. Best case scenario, right? This statue came down here, but if I was playing better, I would have carried on moving it. So that wouldn't have even been something you could kill. But he comes down here, even though that fiend, he knew burrowed. He knew that fiend burrowed, so you would normally keep your army there and send your hero to get a dust. He knew that fiend failed to burrow and come out. But he comes straight down to quickly pick this one off, even though he had no vision of it, and then go back, which is just bizarre. Look at all these skeletons, they're always going around. Feels bad, man.
Our forces are under attack.
Patty, I'll get to you in a second. Thank you, friend. Just give me a moment. I'm finishing this off. He's already ready for this. You see, I accidentally moved into that because I don't use hack. "15 minutes into the game, main base still has not been scouted once. I'm very convinced that this guy's a map hacker. I don't have 100% proof, but it's so rare that you can have 100% proof, except for if they go like with their Blade Master to kill a peon that you left here or something like that, and they had absolutely no reason to do that. That's like 100% basically. But as far as I'm concerned, this game is... I know people do say I accuse people of map hacks so often, but when you have games like this, it's kind of understandable, right? Like, I even used bloody dust there to see if he had a shade on me. Even built a shade once and done nothing like that. His army is just way too big now. I got 46 food versus 69, so there's no way I can beat that. He's already moving back to base. Instead of being aggressive or finishing off the other creeps in the middle, because he's already gone that far. He's ignoring these creeps. But for some reason seems determined to come back to his base. I don't know why. Why would he be determined to come back to his base? So he could be within his base like 5 seconds. This is the issue I have so many times when I try to do fun tactics like this, surprise elements. If your opponent hacks, you've basically automatically lost by trying to do something that they shouldn't be able to see. But they know they can see it, so it gives them the insane advantage. He's already heading back. Why are you heading back? You got creeps here. There's still creeps in the middle. Are you going back to buy items? I very much doubt it. Are you going to the shop? No, you're not, are you? You're just straight heading back. You've only just got vision again of this. Unless he was super paying attention. There was a tiny pink blob there. Very, very... Unless he was... This is in half speed mode. And then it went out of vision again because it went over here. And it's only just come into vision again now. So unless you're... You've got godlike vision. He's... Look at that. Look how quick he moves the acolytes. Who... This is on half speed. This is on half speed. This is slow motion and he's already moving the acolytes. He's already ready for this. Whole army moving back to base. Well, we just found ourselves another hacker. So I think I'm done with 1 versus 1 already. My first game of the day already straight again versus hackers. It's just not fun. Blizzard need to fix this. They really need to sort this out because I don't want to play versus hackers. I don't want like 30% of my games to be versus hackers. It's no fun. It really isn't. Playing against someone that knows exactly what you're doing at all times. So he'll be moving back now to come here to protect this. Even though he's not once using skeletons. This is really freaking unusual for an undead player. An undead player would be buying skeletons, spawning them, sending them here, sending them there, sending them here, sending them there, sending them to creep camps that haven't maybe been done yet or want to find out where they've been. He just hasn't even done. He had tons of opportunities to do that. Never does it once, but always knows where I am. But he's even fucking lining up for a fight. Positioning himself.
Summoning is complete.
What a joke. 70 food versus 46. It's just not going to go well. That's why I just left. Yeah, that's it. It's not fun. It's not fun. Please sort hackers out, Blizzard, because I'm not even like mad anymore. I'm just disappointed. It's too common. And you can see I can see the signs when I'm playing the game, and when I'm watching the replay, my goodness, are those signs confirmed. It's getting too common now. It's like, oh, okay, oh, that's another hacker. I guess that's a 50-50 chance now at this rate. Hacker, not hacker. Hacker, hacker, not hacker. Not hacker, hacker, not hacker. The hacker. I'm just tired of it. I'm really tired of it now. I mean, you guys, you make your own minds up, but if you want to be on the side of this guy with 0 scouting throughout the entire game, yet 4 or 5 creep jacks, already researching web for a Zeppelin that he couldn't see, and then heading back to his base the second time that the Zeppelin went there. Always, that's another way. Like, I do things like that. When I suspect that someone's a hacker, I start to do things that are really unusual, like go for an expansion all the way across the map, and then they'll find it. And it's little things like that I can do to just... I might get the loss for the game, but I can guarantee that I found that person as a hacker, and I can then tick them on the list as a hacker. So that Zeppelin, again, was another one of those moves, where it is to say, Why are they always 2 to 5 seconds distance from their base? They could be anywhere on the map. Anywhere on the map. But they're always at their base as the Zeppelin's arriving. It's pretty handy. I got ganked the other day by someone on their Zeppelin. On that very map. I was 33% closer to his base and 66% away from my base. So basically I was crossing the bridge. Imagine he was on the bottom right. I was crossing the bridge at the time towards his base. And then he drops his units into my base and I have to run all the way back. I'm not running back preemptively knowing that is happening. DNA. Another one to tick off the list. Maphacker